about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skill by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullet is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
The Confederation of African Football rejects Ghana venue change for Super Eagles clash. That's why I welcome you to today's episode of Sports Orbit, reaching you from the Leadership Podcast Studio. My name is Afa, your host. Salifu Usman is also here with me. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit once again.
Thank you. My pleasure always.
Oh. All right. On today's episode, as always, we also have a bumper package today for you as well. Like I told you at the beginning of this show, the proposal by Ghana to change the venue for the playoff between the Super Eagles and the Black Stars have been rejected by CAF. We'll give you details of that as we go on. And of course, Hadland, ex-captain, is in a dilemma currently. He's distressed, and we told you about the monies Hadland has owed players and coaches. And we can see that that is beginning to have a negative effect on one of their former captains. And of course, today is also the first semi-final clash of the AFCON between Burkina Faso and Senegal. That and so much more we'll give you in the course of this program. But first, we'll begin with the story coming from the Confederation of African Football, where they have turned down the request by Ghana to change a venue for the playoff between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Black Stars. Reason being that they were supposed to, the stadium they are using, incidentally, is a stadium they are also supposed to use for their Independence Day celebration. But CAF is saying the time for it's too short. I mean, there's a procedure for how you request for these things to be done, but apparently the time is too short for us for a venue change. Salifu, do you think that the Black Stars is that a good enough excuse, or they feel let's take the Eagles to a stadium that is not good enough? We know how these things happen in Africa. In this case, the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi. Let's take the Eagles to a stadium where they are not used to, a stadium that is not first class, so that we'll have all the advantage. We've seen these things play out so many times in Africa.
Yeah, just like you say, I've seen this players several in Africa where they try to take your opponent to the team that on the ground. You feel that they will not be able to play their normal game. But at the same time, if I look at it, both Nigeria, I don't think the Ghanaians want to take Nigeria to a very bad pitch because even though that will also affect the performance of the young players, because most of the young players also play in Europe, just like the Super Eagles. So if you are decided to take the team to a ground that is not favorable to the voting, you also suffer for it. But I want to say that CAF, it's not so that the CAF is trying to dash into the team of Nigeria. It's just by their own rule that for you to apply for a change based on the FIFA status and the FIFA rule, you have to apply by two months to the match. And the CAF in their own way will say that though your request is coming at a very late time because you have less than a month, just a month to the match, and you are supposed to apply for a change about 2 months. That change that apply for change will have come up probably early January or towards the end of December. And CAF said that no, you can't change that. But at the same time, I want to put to Nigerians that the Super Eagles and the Nigerian Football Federation to watch this thing closely. Yeah. Because this can also be part of the mind game.
Mind game,
to distract you from your own plan. So the Nigerian Sport Federation to be very careful and to watch this kind of situation very, very closely and to ensure that yes, Super Eagles will not fall a victim into this trap that the Ghanaians are trying to set up. Because having an adversary rally at the Kibere Stadium,
Cape Coast Stadium.
Cape Coast Stadium. I don't think they both the match date and that they are not having the same days.
At all.
If you have decided to have your anniversary, and these are kind of a thing that always happen in Africa, and that make the rest of the world to make a mockery of African. Why should you go to a stadium of, because instead of short match like next football match, you turn it a political rally?
Exactly.
Those are the kind of the things that when the Europeans and other part of the world read about Africa and they make a mockery of ourselves of all. For crying out loud, Ghana as a big nation, as a country, as we have a place to hold their embassy, not on the football, not on the football stadium.
You should allow a football pitch which is for sporting activities to be used strictly for sporting activities.
Just I see an anniversary. Yes, it's good to celebrate your anniversary, anniversary, but I see it's more of a political event.
Exactly. Don't they have another square or something like that?
Yes.
Exactly. So it's suspicious. Like you rightly said, the NFF and Nigeria generally should monitor because, like you said, it's mind game because you already have your mindset that we are playing in a particular stadium, and you're now getting reports that we want to move it from this stadium to another stadium. So it shows a lack of consistency.
Well, more importantly, if you look at what happened at AFCON, for the first time in recent time, Nigeria and Ghana going to the match, everybody's looking at Nigeria has an upper hand ahead of Ghana. For the first time in recent time. But before it used to be 50-50 or something. Nigeria also to be at the one even scared of Ghanaian. But based on the performance, what happened at the AFCON, everybody is seeing Nigeria that as having an upper hand ahead of Ghana, and we should be careful the way we try to attack our Super Eagles to see that they have a better chance to qualify ahead of Ghana. And this kind of thing, the Ghanaians are trying to play very mind game on Nigeria, and Nigeria should be very, very careful at this situation.
I actually wanted to make that point before you actually said it, because at this point the Ghanaians know that even their fans are not happy with them, considering what happened at AFCON.
Yes.
So Ghana, the Black Stars, want to use these playoffs to prove a point to their fans that, look, yes, we didn't go far in the AFCON, but we are still a team to beat. We are still a force to reckon with. Yes, we missed out on the AFCON, but these are some of our biggest rivals in West Africa. We have to do our best and stop them from going to the World Cup and get the ticket by all means.
But a match between Nigeria and Ghana, I'll always say, at any level, you should mention Nigeria's Ghana. At any level, even in other competition, apart from football, it's always a tug of war. And it's very, very standing class. And Ghana, no matter how badly the Ghanas are playing, once they hear Nigeria name, that will wake up their spirit. Because we have been in West Africa as rivals, and Nigerians should welcome to Super Eagles, the players, the officials, those that are responsible for this match, should ensure that all that needed to be done to ensure Super Eagles Nigerian players have a perfect focus and perfect concentration for this match to be put in place. All other form of distractions should be cast away, and that is why I'm not happy with the Nigerian Football Federation that up to today, up to this moment, when last Super Eagles were knocked out of African Cup of Nations for close to 2 weeks now. But yes, up to today, they have not taken a very crucial decision that has to be taken. They have not taken up to today. They're supposed to be sent to know who is the right Super Eagles coach. If Egbabo still maintain his position as an interim, you should let him know that we are still in charge. Do all you do, prepare the team, and ensure put all the rest of the things, but not to just remain silent. And the man is not even too sure either is still going to 100 too, and the man we are wanting to bring either is bringing to 100 too. So the NFL will be very, very careful on how they go about it, and forget that Nigerians are very quiet and not talking too much about the Super Eagles disappointment. It's because of the similar performance the show. Because the team raised the morale of Nigeria that they can do something better before the team now fall yakata like but that's one maybe the many Nigerians think not that the team play badly, maybe ill luck or they were not lucky against Tunisia. But if NFF should for any or the other during Nigeria qualification for the Qatar 2022, Nigerians will be happy and they should be mindful of that.
Absolutely. All right, moving on from that and to the NPFL, where an ex-captain of Heartland FC, Julius Ubido, is actually begging for Hadland FC to pay him his 7.45 million naira entitlement to bury his 3-year-old mother who passed on a couple of weeks ago. Recall that on this show some days ago, we told you of the deadline LMC gave to Hadland to pay off all entitlements to players and officials of the team. Recall that some time last year, even on this show, we talked about a former Hadland coach who had left the club like a year ago or so,
Yes,
who is still being owed backlog of
issue
salaries. And same for this captain. I mean, after playing for Hadland for 13 years of service, he's no longer in the club, but he's still being owed 7.45 million naira. Hadland still in the news again for the wrong reasons. This is a club in the past that used to be known as the Nazi Millionaires.
Yeah.
So what happened to all the millions?
Well, what happened to all the millions? That if I may attempt to answer that question, is that then the Abia were Atlan were called the Nazi. They were formerly one year national.
Yeah.
The club was owned by Chief Emmanuel Wanyan, and Chief Emmanuel wanted to be a private person who that club to his dear heart and he got to put money, and that then the club never lack anything, and anywhere they want to go, they always go, and that's why they attack them as in the Nazi Melonians.
Yeah.
But since they hand over the club to the state government, and the club is now being controlled by the state government, I want to say that successful Imo state governors have not done much
at all.
Although within the short time make a healthy hacking, there was it seemed that there's something want to happen, but unfortunately, what happened at the Supreme Court when it was not done, and that this hope of the man that come with hope, and we can't see hope. So it is very unfortunate that when you have you are hope and you are not ready to give hope to people. Although, but the news just coming out is that he had a meeting with the deputy governor. Say sport just like it's obtained with the presidential level, where the sport is under the office of the vice president. Sport is under the office of the deputy governor at every state level. We heard that he had a meeting with the state governor, the deputy governor today, and even the speaker of the House of Representatives, with the chairman of the Heartland game and officials. So, and he has approved the 6 months salary to be paid to the players. But I don't know whether the 6 million the 6 months salary will affect the young man who is crying that he needed the money to pay his mother, because he's no longer the player of the team. He has to but they are owing about 7 or something million. So, but I think the Imo State governor, if you have played for any player that deserve their wish, you pay their ways because they have played for you.
Exactly. I mean, really a sad story, and we keep hearing these stories over and over again affecting Nigerian players. And little wonder you see them moving to obscure leagues, and you don't even question you don't even have to, you won't blame them for moving over to those leagues, because you have to pay bills, you have to feed your family.
Of course.
Anyway, we still have so much more in store for you. Of course, like we told you earlier in the show, the first semi-final of the AFCON will be on tonight between Senegal and, of course, Burkina Faso. That and so much more we'll give to you when we come back from this break. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
right there, you just saw a glimpse of some previous action that Senegal had in the course of the AFCON. Same for Burkina Faso. It's no longer news that tonight at exactly 8 p.m., Senegal and Burkina Faso actually will be clashing at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium out there in Cameroon to see who, book the first ticket to the final of AFCON 2021. This is a West African derby.
Yeah.
We're expecting fireworks in this one. I mean, from the beginning of the competition, the way Senegal started, I really didn't see them getting to this point. Same for Burkina Faso. I mean, for me, Burkina Faso have, surprised me in this tournament. All the big names in the tournament who were hoping, tipping for one thing or the other, have all fallen by the wayside. But here, Burkina Faso will be squaring up against Senegal. Whatever happens in this game, you're already in the semi-final. You still have a chance to play. Exactly. So no. So if you end up in the last four of any competition by any standards, you've done well.
Yeah, but every Sunday finish last four, finish the semi-final is not an easy task. It's a big achievement. Out of 14, and you're able to finish fourth. If you finish four positions, to me that's a credit. That is more than a credit. Good performance. Why some people could not even some people could not even make it to the second round. So here you are in the almost close to the final stage of the competition. And when you say to me, Burkina Faso is no longer a minor team in Africa. And
Recall that we played them in the final. 2013, the AFCON we won.
If you look at the last four AFCON Cup of Nations, Burkina Faso have made it to the semi-final in their last appearance at AFCON Cup of Nations. 2013, they were in the final. 2015, they were in the semi-final. 2017, they were in the semi-final. The 2019 edition, they missed out. They couldn't qualify, and now they come back again. And now here they are in the semi-final. So they have maintained the consistent level performance at the Africa Cup of Nations. And Senegal has to be very careful against this team. And just like their coach Melo say that even the political unrest in Burkina in back home has been added impetus, added motivation to the players and the coach, to him and to the players. The players have resolved that they want to win that cup and at least to appease the many Burkina citizens who are in the middle of the political unrest in the streets, just to put a smile on their faces. So, and you give it to them, they have fight on. If you look at the collection of the players of Burkina Faso, there's many particular that you can pinpoint out to say this is the key player.
Yeah.
So that means there's no anybody to say this is their star man, this is their biggest player, this and this, and this. All of them are just a combination of all the players who are ready, who are determined to give their best, and so far they have demonstrated that. So Senegal has to be very, very careful against the Burkina Faso, and where they just like the coach says, the coach of the Senegal said yesterday that it's going to be a very tough battle. It's going to be a very tough battle against the West African side. So
I agree with you. I mean, Senegal have now been gotten that tag for a while now. That tag, perennial underachievers, has been ascribed to them because you see generation after generation, Senegal keeps churning out wonderful players, exceptional players, but when it matters most in the AFCON, they are yet to lay their hands on the trophy. The last time they came close to it was what year was that? In
they played the final 2002.
2002 played in the final in 2002.
And they played in the final last edition.
Last edition, yes, exactly. So
they
played the finals twice.
Played
twice, and then I remember in Senegal '92 when they actually hosted, they ended up in the semi-final. That generation too had some very, very quality players. I remember they were knocked out by Nigeria in the semi-final, and Nigeria went on to win our bronze medal as usual. But looking at the Senegalese side, I'm sure the likes of Sadio Mane, Mendy, Koulibaly, these are outstanding players out there in Europe. For someone like Mane, he has won everything winnable in club football. Won the Premier League, won the Champions League, won even the FIFA Club World Cup with Liverpool. I'm sure he'll be wanting to take this a step further by winning something important for his country.
The Mane, if you look at the who he is, an exceptional leader. So, and aside from me football, we are testimony to what he does for his what he does. The social development and everything he tries to do to empower everyone to come up from this. I mean, football in the of football, he has also carried the Senegal weight behind trying to impress. And just like you say, Senegal have produced several outstanding stars, like in the millennium during the eras of Papa Dio, Alaji Dio, Fadiga, and the rest of
Kamara,
and the Kamaras, and
even as you see, their current coach
and their
was
current
in that
coach
squad.
was that squad. So I think that was their, to me, that was their perfect best era, where everybody expected them to have won AFCON, but unfortunately, they beat in the Mali 2002. They beat Nigeria in the semi-final, and then lost the final to Cameroon. Fortunately, lost the final to Cameroon, and like last edition in Egypt, everybody was also hoping that they were going to get a result, but unfortunately, the same Mane and his group lost to Egypt. Unfortunately, I think Mane has that bitter memory by son, and he wanted that by this time he will ensure that he'll be able to lay his hand on that cup. And if you ask Mane, the only thing he want to give to the Senegalese is needed AFCON trophy, what they have never achieved. And even me, I'll be happy to see Mane deliver the AFCON trophy to Senegal. So I will hope that they will do, but they have to be very careful. They have Burkina Faso to contend with for them to get to the final. But I strongly believe coming to this competition, based on the FIFA ranking and based on the pedigree of the various teams, Senegal was the top rank, was the top favorite for this match for the AFCON competition. But although they started poorly, but coming to the groups, they are progressing. They are going to progress. This I hope if Man will be able to deliver the cup to Senegal, he will be very more than happy than any human being.
So quickly, if I'm going to ask you to put you on the spot, give me your prediction for the winner of tonight's game. Who is booking that first final ticket in AFCON 2021 tonight?
I see Senegal in the final race.
All
I see
right.
Senegal coming out in this match by 2-0.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that one, and tomorrow when we come back here, we'll do a proper analysis. Same here, not being biased, but with due respect to Burkina Faso, I'm also actually want to see Senegal. I actually want them to win this competition.
Sure.
Should be told because I think they deserve it. No disrespect to Burkina Faso, but
Yes.
I think Senegal is in the right frame of
For
mind.
the fourth team that remained, if you ask me for the fourth team that remained in this competition, if there's anybody that deserves this trophy, I think Senegal deserve more than any other person. And I'm putting my shares, and I believe I will also pray that Senegal should be able to come out at the end of the day.
All right, away from that, but still on to AFCON, where the Confederation of African Football have refused to move the final of the 2021 AFCON from the Olympic Stadium. Recall that during the round of 16, an incident happened at stadium. There was a stampede where actually eight people
between the host and the final for the turn of 16 match.
Exactly, where actually 8 people actually lost their lives and 38 were injured. So as a result of that, the organizers, the LOC of the AFCON out there in Cameroon, had wanted the final to be moved from that stadium to the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium, but CAF have turned down that request down completely.
Well, when that incident happened, the president of Cameroon Party came out to take responsibility that they were responsible for the incident, that it is the duty of the CAF to provide securities and to provide safety for every fan that came to the world, we don't want to watch the match. So I don't know what is their stand. If the local organizing committees feel that the match should be moved from that stadium to another stadium within the AFCON approved stadium, I see why CAF sees that the match
I think so too.
Because I don't know if this let's hope that let's assuming Cameroon qualify for the final. So you should be very assured that that stadium will be full more than its capacity. Sure. Remember, there's an approved capacity that 60 capacity out of all the stadiums to attend to 60 will admit 60 capacity to their we have 60% of their capacity to attend the match. But when Cameroon is playing, at least 80% capacity to the stadium. But now, if Cameroon qualify for the final, you should be rest assured that wherever that stadium will be more than full to its capacity. And for CAF to insist CAF stadium that already have an issue, and we insist that stadium should still hold the final. Well, maybe I don't know what is their stand, but I don't think CAF will understand better than the local organizing
See,
committee, because the
exactly,
local organizing committee are more on ground.
Sure.
The local organizing committee are Cameroonians,
Mm.
so who are on ground, who know the terrain, who know the situation. Now, I'm not suggesting for you to move the system. They say no. Well, let's see. I hope the
Let's see how
CAF.
it goes. Yeah. All right. Away from that, now still on to CAF, where following some controversial statements FIFA President Gianni Infantino made a while ago concerning while he was addressing the European Parliament about the biennial World Cup. He said it will give opportunity to Africans if the World Cup is played every 2 years. For me, I really didn't see any sense in that statement. How would it give opportunity to Africans? According to him, it will stop Africans from crossing the Mediterranean Sea, trying to go to Europe. There was a lot of backlash coming from that, but CAF, as usual, has come to back the president of the international body and said that they see nothing wrong in what he said. Infantino himself said he was misunderstood, he was taken out of context, but CAF, as usual, has come out to back him.
You know, there's in the local parliament say that when you hear a wish crying by your
Nice.
background,
Mm.
there's always a God. A wish, you know, if you say somebody's wishing you, or a wish you are being to be haunted by a wish, it must be a close by relations who you are close to, because a wish from an example will not come to hurt you. So CAF, remember, you can do that. CAF in the last 3 years has been run by FIFA.
Mm.
So it's like the present CAF we have is in the pocket of Fatino.
Definitely.
So
it's
it's
like a lapdog.
whatever Fatino said that be in CAF.
Mm.
And for goodness sake, why would, to me, that's an insult to Africa. You say that, okay, food in a biennial World Cup will serve the African problem. Now listen, no longer Nigerian, African crossing Mediterranean to catch for a hand of deal.
Because how does it even relate? How does it even relate?
Eh?
I really don't see how it relates.
So, and instead when every Africans are crying over it, and the couple supposed to come out to say, they say no, they don't see anything wrong with that statement. It shows to you the level of people who have at the CAF who have at the helm of CAF at the moment. But all of them are just in the pocket of Fatino. It's whatever. If you like, if you watch in the last 3 years, it's whatever Fatino wants that will be repeated in CAF. Fatino want Ahmad out, and Ahmad out was out. Fatino want Musabe to be installed as a CAF president, and hell today, Patrick Musabe as a CAF president. So whatever Fatino said, it has come to be. So to me, CAF is under the pocket of Fatino.
Away from that now, straight to basketball, where the newly elected president, well, I don't know if it's the right to
National president.
address him as president. Well, for now, we'll address him as the factional president. Mark Igoche has come out to assure his commitment to ensure a viable domestic basketball league under his watch. For close basketball watchers, we all know that Mark Igoche has been someone who has been on the forefront of basketball development in Nigeria, and he has come out to say during his tenure, basketball, the league will be back on. But for now, we'll see how all that pans out, as the issues resolving his election are yet to be fully resolved. And not forgetting that his election was actually sanctioned by the Ministry of Sport, while the other elections, which had former President Kida contesting in Benin, also emerged as the president. That one, Salifu Mark is already rolling out his agenda.
Yes, I agree with you. You know, whatever has happened has happened. And I hope that my prayers are, instead of just rolling through the whole agenda. Yes, the best step to me is to how to harmonize yourself and ensure that you solve this crisis. Yes, and fair. For us, it's not to me to not serve anybody's interest. Nobody, we're not asking the capabilities and the capability of because your mark was it can do, because even being outside, but in the border when maybe he has demonstrated all that capacity that he can do something. So the mark the ball he organized was a fantastic. To me, I saw that it was more fantastic, more well organized, more than even what we call our own league. So such a person, we don't have any fear, we don't have any doubt on his capacity, what he can do. But what needs to be done is for the whole stakeholders to come to be honestly call themselves into the round table. If genuinely all of us, our fight is for the development of this game, why can't we put aside our personal difference and move and bring and agree on the certain perimeter should be taken so that performance will lead and move ahead. If genuinely our concern is to develop the game, to move the game forward, if genuinely we love the players, if genuinely want to develop Nigerian to give hope to Nigerian youth, if not for our own selfishness, there's no need fighting for all and then want to impose yourself as a president of India. By all means, there's no, it doesn't even play, it doesn't count that you must insist that you must be a president of NPPF when it is clearly that majority of the people, everybody are not interested in your service. So we think the Nigerian and at the same time we have a Nigerian Olympic Committee that I don't even know the actual way what to use to describe them. The Nigerian Olympic Committee that are very ineffective, who cannot even come out to say any decision, very docile, cannot. All sports are under the Nigerian Olympic Committee, and apart from even the Minister of Sport that will sometimes call to blame, is the Nigerian Olympic Committee. If the Nigerian Olympic Committee knows their job, most of those crises will not able go beyond them to get to the ministry to even talk about the ministry resolving the issue. So it is under the responsibility of the Nigerian Olympic Committee to make sure that every sport are in order. But unfortunately, Abu Gumeho has been the president of the Nigerian Olympic Committee for years. An elderly man at his 70, we just sit down there. He cannot call anybody to order. He's also afraid.
Well, the crisis in basketball, we keep talking about it. We hope that this thing will be resolved once and for all so the game can continue to grow in Nigeria. Well, before we leave, there will be some MPFL matches going on today, and it will be Abia Warriors at home to Wiki Tourists of Bauchi. Champions Aqua United will host Kwara United. Enugu Rangers versus Plateau United. Kano Pillars will be up against Remo Stars. That will be a match to look at for Kasuna United versus Sunshine Stars of Akure. Lobby Stars will host Niger Tornadoes right there in Makodi, while National United will be at home to Enyimba. Rivers United will host Dakada FC. Shooting Stars versus Hadland, while Gombe United will host MFM FC.
Yes. Interesting period. So from today, after today's match, I will now begin to put my money on Remo Star if they survive Kano Pillars. Yeah. So if they survive Kano Pillars today, I will now be able to say yes. I can now decide to put my money on Remo Star. So it will be going to be a very fire for fire and titanic clash in Adamadu Stadium. But if they survive Kano Pillars, the same as Ogida.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that one. While most of these matches have actually already begun. So by tomorrow, we'll give you the results of all these matches. Okay, one of the matches will be played, Gombe United versus MFM will be played actually tomorrow. But we'll give you matches, results of matches that went down today in the course of this show tomorrow. And of course, don't forget that first semi-final AFCON 2021, Senegal versus Burkina Faso will be on tonight. So keep an eye on that one. Tomorrow we'll come here and give you a proper review. And of course, Pharaohs of Egypt will be against the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon tomorrow. We'll give you a preview of that one also in tomorrow's episode of Sports Orbit. Salifu, thank you once again for being with me on this show today.
Thank you.
Until we come your way again tomorrow with another bumper package on Sports Orbit. My name is Afa Acho, your host, and it's goodbye from here.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.